highlight what it means to be part of the advisory board?
Well, it's an interesting position to work for the advisory board, because working as an advisor for a forum like GTF is to be in touch with novel ideas and modern novel presentations of papers. Very often you see both sides, the novel paper coming in and having the chance to judge on it and to tell your opinion on it and give it a chance to be held. And on the other hand side, it is the opportunity for me as a person. If I see something in the market in my daily business life, I take the chance and I try to bring those people together with GTF to give them the chance to get a larger forum for their ideas and papers. And it has worked for one or two persons in this forum this time. And personally, I believe there has to be novelty in the papers. We cannot hear the same stuff every year, and it needs to be matching the industry. That's the most we need to have, and it should not be too much advertising for a company, because this is more a forum for ideas and technology. Of course, it needs some advertisement and such kind of stuff. But a good paper is basically technically and will be held by a presenter who can do his job very well. From the procedure, how it is done, the paper, after the call for papers, GTF gathers the abstracts for the papers, and from routine and from knowledge of the scene and what is going on, we can do a pre-qualification. The first thing is, does it match into the theme of the refining industry or petrochemical industry? And in the second hand, it's about the novelty. Have you heard this before? Have you heard this twice? Have you heard this 3 times or even more often? So, and there, with this knowledge, we try to give a ABC ranking. Well, not to discourage anyone, mostly we do not discard papers, only if they are a real mismatch. There was something in which was more for the metal casting industry than for petrochemicals, and we had to discard this because it is not a match for this kind of conference. But most papers get a chance to be held at this conference. Why to work with ERTC? Well, I believe that ERTC is forming the most powerful conference in Europe, at least. I know other conferences, well, I do not really know them as deep as ERTC. I have a lot of experience with ERTC and have joined I've joined a number of conferences with ERTC, and they have all been matching the industry needs. They're matching the needs of the process supplying industry and of the operating companies. It is always interesting to stay here, and I think ERTC is finding out a way to address many people with interesting openness. As they had Solomon, for instance, here, I very much enjoyed this kind of paper when they highlighted the background of our industry and gave opinions and statements which you wouldn't hear in your company. So this is a forum where ideas can be brought to the public. I've heard comments on European bio policy which were rather negative, with statements like they spoil the future of my children. That's okay, and I enjoyed to have a clear, powerful statement here in this conference. I've heard something about Arab Spring in this conference series. It was a very enjoyable keynote speak, and altogether this conference series gives a nice and very good overview over what is going on in Europe and even beyond Europe in the world. And I think this year ERTC is focusing strongly on European legislation is on the program, and these are items that give us a chance to hear in a very comprehensive but short way what is going on in legislation. Mostly the quality of ERTC and the performance of the speakers given here in this conference series that count to me.